Christian McCaffrey, is this going to be McCaffrey's last year on the team as well? Both McCaffrey and Debo are signed through 2025. And as this team transitions to being more of a passing team, you got to wonder McCaffrey's value. And yes, I do think it's transitioning to more of a passing team. Look at the Super Bowl. They passed like 37 times. All those snaps with empty backfield, no one in the back, not even threatening a run or a play action pass. Like, we're just going to drop back and throw because we trust our quarterback, right? If that's what they want to do, if they trust Brock Purdy, they're going to pay Brock Purdy, they want to play that way, well, then maybe they need to save some cap space at running back too. What did we learn about Christian McCaffrey since he's been with the Niners? It's only been a season and a half. Since they got him here, their attitude was pretty much, let's give him the ball as much as physically possible and see what happens. It's kind of the attitude they should have with Brandon Ayuk moving forward. Let's get this guy the ball as much as physically possible and see what happens. And I think they've taken that to its limit with Christian McCaffrey, especially in the playoffs. Leading receiver, leading rusher, great. Did that make the Niners offense as good as it could be? No. The offense kind of sputtered a little bit in the playoffs, especially in the Super Bowl, which was the Christian McCaffrey show. It was supposed to be his coronation. You went back and looked at Kyle Shanahan's dad, Mike Shanahan. How did he win the Super Bowl? Give the ball to Terrell Davis as much as he could physically handle. And that gave the Shanahans their only 2 Super Bowl victories. Well, I say coaches. Terrell Davis is a Hall of Fame running back. If you remember Terrell Davis, if you lived through the Terrell Davis era, he really was one of the best ball carriers of his generation, maybe ever. When it comes to that outside zone blocking scheme, I don't think I've ever seen someone run those plays better than Terrell Davis. He was just an automatic 5 yards. It carried nothing you could really do about it. He was that good. And if you gave him the ball 25, 30 times in the Super Bowl, you're probably going to win. So that's what they did. That's what they tried to do with Christian McCaffrey. Didn't work. 22 carries, 3.6 yards per carry, and a fumble and no touchdowns on the ground. That's not Terrell Davis. That's not Frank Gore. So what the Niners showed, we know exactly who Christian McCaffrey is. Great player. But is he the best ball carrier in the NFL? No. Derrick Henry is. Frankly, Raheem Mostert is a better ball carrier than Christian McCaffrey. Faster. Runs just as hard, if not harder. McCaffrey's a very good ball carrier. He's very well-rounded. He does good vision, quickness, speed, but he's not the fastest, the biggest, the most powerful. I mean, he's just B plus A minus in every single thing as a ball carrier. Where he makes his money, the reason he's considered the best running back in the league is because you take above average ball carrying, with outstanding receiving for a running back. He's the best receiver of all the running backs in the NFL. Of all the running backs, he's the best receiver, but that doesn't make him a great receiver. It makes him a great receiver for a running back. There's a difference. Here's what I'm saying. The Niners offense, very explosive, 30 points per game, so many games. But in the Super Bowl, which was the Christian McCaffrey coronation, supposed to be 19 points in regulation, 3 on third down. It really highlighted that there's not much McCaffrey can do for the offense on third down. That's the money down. That's what cost the Niners in the Super Bowl. And you go back and look at the regular season, McCaffrey was like their 5th option on third down on passing plays. The most targeted receiver, the guy who had the most first down catches on third down, Ayuk. Then Kittle and Debo. Then Jennings. Then McCaffrey. So it seems that if the Niners are going to get over the hump and win the Super Bowl, they have to improve their third down offense. Their quarterback is too good. Their number 1 wide receiver is too good for them to be 3 for 12 on third down. And the way they improve that is improving their offensive line and improving pass protection over prioritizing pass protection over the run game. So McCaffrey, I just feel like he's a little overrated. His impact is a little overstated. Very good runner, but his values as a receiver, and there's only so much a running back can do out of the backfield. Like, how many routes are you running from out of the backfield? Where are you catching the ball? Probably at the line of scrimmage. How many guys are you going to make miss? You're going to average like 8 yards a catch as a receiver. You put him out, you flex him out to wide receiver, you put him in the slot. How many routes is he running? What's his route tree? Who can he really beat? Really, if you're putting a pecking order of the Niners receivers, he's fifth. Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, Jennings, all better route runners and more dangerous than him as a receiver. I feel like the Niners may have outgrown Christian McCaffrey too. Again, while Brock Purdy's making $900,000 a year, the more the merrier. Stick around. But next year when he's 30 and McCaffrey's making all that money, and Purdy's making all that money, you got to make some business decisions. And I think this is one place the Niners could not only save money, but recoup assets. Trade McCaffrey. You didn't draft him. He's a mercenary. Send him on his way. He's a running back. And you literally attempted to give him the ball as much as he could physically possibly handle, and it didn't work out. It didn't lead to a better result in the Super Bowl. Like, you went to the Super Bowl without McCaffrey and scored 20 points in regulation. With McCaffrey, scored 19. So you tried that. It didn't work. You have running backs on this team who run hard and fit the system, and Elijah Mitchell and Jordan Mason. It's time to really commit to the passing game. I'm not saying become an unbalanced offense, but then now that the Niners have their quarterback, allegedly, you have to make the passing game as good as it can be. And investing all this money in a running back who runs choice routes out of the backfield sometimes. He had 5 first down catches on third down last season. 5. The whole year. So his value as a receiver is on first and second down and checkdowns and stuff. Screens. Cool. But that's what you have Debo for. Frankly, they could have just kept Mostert. I'm sorry. Like, they could have just kept Mostert. Sorry. Is McCaffrey better than Mostert? Yes, because of the receiving. But is McCaffrey's receiving really transcending anything about... No. Not at all. Let me see if we got any super chats. We haven't had them recently. My computer's kind of slow today. What's up, computer? Comments. What's up with my computer? Maybe it's a StreamYard issue. Nope. You sound dumb right now, someone said. Mike Drops with Mon says, Cabo Click is what Niners culture is. Those players rep... Hold up. Cabo Click is what Niners culture is. Those players rep the culture when the culture should be everything Ayuk embodies. I have a theory on Ayuk Doghouse, and it's based on the culture difference. Yeah, I think culture is a good word to use right now. It's not the word I would go with, but I know what you mean. And I think what's kind of interesting is you talk about trading Brandon Ayuk or Debo Samuel, and everyone's game for those business conversations because they're fair conversations to have. You should be able to discuss trading Brandon Ayuk or trading Debo Samuel and the merits and the possible downsides. But you talk about trading Christian McCaffrey, people get upset. You sound dumb. Let's shut this down. Let's not talk about it. Okay. All right. I think it's worth talking about. And I wonder why people shut that conversation down. I wonder. It's like, Niners didn't draft Christian McCaffrey. He's been here a year and a half. Curious.